So, without further delay, we are going to start with Vulgus, the very first Capcom game in history. You can see the attraction mode, nothing out of the ordinary. Actually, the graphics for 84 are pretty good. The music is basically a little melody that gets repeated all the time. But it gets overwhelmed by the sounds of the game, right? You can clearly notice that. Okay, so let's play Vulgus. Alright, let me see. I have infinite lives and infinite bombs. Invisibility, I mean, I can just like rush through the game with invisibility, which I'm not going to do because I like to do some proper dodging and try something, right? That's the bomb. By the way, that pretty much kills all of these enemies in line. Will be a lot of formations like that. So yeah. The Yasishi that you see in the well, you already noticed at the beginning in the flyer, it's not really part of the flyer, but it blends in pretty well. Okay, this bow thing, I don't know if it makes a difference at all, because I'm not increasing my powers at all. I'm not totally sure about the function of these letters either. Alright, this guy's like a mini boss, or you can call it a boss. Yeah, those are supposed to be limited bombs, but I'm been spamming them because I know I have infinite bombs. I'm pretty sure when I did this game in the original Capcom vs Konami so many years ago, I did actually go through it entirely. But I know that the game loops. That I know. I'll tell you what the Vulgus is when we see it. It's like a big rock surrounded by other rocks, pretty much. I mean, as you can tell, difficulty-wise, this is pretty crazy. But speed-wise, this is still pretty fair. Okay, that's a Yasishi. And in this one, it doesn't appear to be like a orange thing, more like a red circle instead. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't wrong. Probably in later appearances, when it is a good item, they made it orange. But as you can tell here, it is actually a red thingy shooting you. Okay, I've been making progress. More progress than I thought I was going to be making without dying. Of course, with a bomb spam. And of course, I have to open my whore mouth in order to ruin it all. But it's normal for me to happen, you know, for these things to happen on my streams. Okay, we are in space. This is like an intermission kind of thing. Okay, this formation is ideal for your bomb. So, I mean, I could abuse it, but let me try to shoot it normally. This formation down right here. It doesn't take too many shots, too many normal shots either. But a bomb pretty much destroyed them all immediately. If you can tell. Okay, it wasn't the formation I was expecting, but you get the idea. For example here. Oh, okay, I took too long. So, apparently we are back to Earth, or back to the planet we are playing this on. But I don't know, I mean, you can technically call this the third stage. It's not clearly divided. It's like a long single stage that has different backgrounds in it. That's essentially it. Alright. I was kind of surrounded, I mean, I couldn't do much. Oh yeah, you get checkpoints. They do pretty much the same thing in 1942, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm using the bomb on the big guy immediately. Kills in one shot, as you can tell. So the bomb is not really expansive in terms of like how much screen covers, but it is effective in these single life formations full of enemies. Okay, here we have these things. New enemy. Tougher. That still dies to bombs in one hit. Alright. Yeah, it is tough. I mean, I'm not sure if you can actually destroy those things with regular bullets, but I know bombs do work. Probably by now, I already got another checkpoint. From the last one I respawned from. Okay, usually like random bullets fuck me up. Yeah, I already got the checkpoint, see? It's kind of generous. But I'm still sucking. I think I'm actually dying easier because I'm being like getting stuck in the very same place. If I move back and forth like I've been doing, I did pretty well at the beginning when I was doing that. Okay, the space section previously was kind of a joke because it featured very few enemies. Okay, it's increasing the amount of big enemies, even though those guys take very few shots. As you can tell, we have a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a breather. Okay, now it's increasing them for real, but we're not getting like a combination of big and smaller enemies. Hey, Metal Sonic Dash, welcome back. Welcome to Capcom's very first game ever, Vulgus. We are doing a little bit of history. And since this game is from 1984, then I'm going to be doing a KONAMI game from 1984. A game that a lot of people do know because of other conversions. Okay, we are changing location now. We are like in an icy area, so that means we are making progress. If I'm not mistaken, we actually had the encounter against the Vulgus in space again. So probably the next space, like intermission, is going to be like the final sequence of this game. Don't take my word for it, but the little I remember is that you kill a big guy that is completely different from the rest, and then that is the indicator that you beat the game. Wow, I actually like flew through 2 or 3 bullets that were right next to me, and I survived that attack. I'm not sure if I am getting the checkpoints. Okay, I see a lot more bullets than before, yes. That's a thing. I guess if I can survive for... Probably already got another checkpoint because of these new enemies coming up. If I survive like 15 seconds, I probably get a checkpoint. That's all I need. And the patterns, yeah, they're challenging, they're getting more and more challenging, but still pretty doable. Okay, I don't know what killed me this time. But yeah, I did get another checkpoint, so... I'm more than okay with that. No, 1942 is the second Capcom game ever made. 1941 is a later game that came out in 1990, which is a sequel to 1943. So basically the series was like 1942, 43, 41, XX, 44. It was kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, if you're thinking of 1942, that came out after this game, in the very same year, 1984. Okay, I'm definitely hit another checkpoint, if not 2, while I've been talking to you. No, that was a bad use for a bomb. Again, I can use as many as we want, but I'm trying to like get out of pinches by using the bomb to make it effective, the use of it. Okay, that was a good one. Alright, I got a shitty pattern, but... yeah, some random bullet fucked me up. We're not going to review much of the early KONAMI history because that probably would take too long and many games are not really that interesting. But 1984 is a good year for starting the comparison in terms of type of titles getting released. Graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, it is pretty streamable already. I mean, I can do Frogger, that came out like in 81. Okay, we're in space again. Oh, we can actually destroy these things while they're spinning like that. Alright. Probably when they stand still, they act as a shield that cannot be destroyed unless you use a bomb. Oh yeah, I am going to be doing... Okay, this is the Vulgus, guys. This is the final boss to this game. Oh, I have to redo the space area? Oh, okay. It's fair. It's fair. So yeah, that guy over there is the famous Vulgus, the final boss. Once I destroy him, I loop the game, which is technically GG. Damn it! Oh no. Yeah, I mean, I already played a couple of games like sequels of him, not the very first game. I mean, ideally I would like to do everything in order, but sometimes I will. For example, 2 nights ago I did Pop and Twinbee, and that's a Super Nintendo game, which is not even close to being the first Twinbee game of the series. Speaking of Twinbee, I haven't thought about that, but I could do it today, who knows? Okay, gonna destroy all the little rocks. Yeah, that was the Vulgus. And the Yashishis as enemies. So yeah, that's technically GG. Let me see if I, when I go back to the Earth or the planet thing. Basically when we see the game actually looping. And yeah, back to the first area of the game, as you can tell. And it says Capcom, look at that. It's perfect. It's a pretty good indicator. We cannot see the Capcom logo anymore. Okay. So guys, that was Vulgus. That was the very first Capcom game ever released. Technically, we did a full playthrough of it, so I'm satisfied.